Hello, my name is William Mortensen Vaughan. It's Super Bowl Sunday and Groundhog Day 2020, and I've decided to celebrate by making some homemade guacamole. Unfortunately, I'm not really prepared. I don't have any fresh limes. Instead, I have some Clover Valley 100% lemon juice. I don't have any special peppers, nothing fresh, except the actual avocado, which is a Avocados de Mexico avocado. Now, one of the first things that you need to keep in mind when you're going to make some guacamole is you need an avocado that's ripe. Personally, I like them almost rotten. I don't know if you can see this in the video, but when you squeeze this, it feels kind of like Play-Doh. It's kind of squishy, just a little squishy. Not so squishy that I feel like if I press on it, it's going to explode, like a scene from CSI Miami or anything like that. But a little bit soft and mushy. And this one I believe is going to be perfect. The downside to an avocado like this is that it's going to be a little ugly. There's probably going to be some black around the edges, so it might not be as visually attractive as a less ripe avocado. But let's see. The first tool that I need is a cutting board, and the second tool that I need is a knife. So what I do is I cut it around the edges like so that I can split it in half. Then I take a spoon and I use that to remove first the pit. Some people say that the pit helps preserve the freshness of the guacamole. I've never let the guacamole sit around long enough for that to matter, so I'm just going to toss it directly into the trash. Then I use the spoon to scrape out the avocado and put it into my molcajete, which is where I'm going to mix it once I have all the ingredients in place. So I spoon that into there, and we get a little bit more of the yummy avocado goodness. And that actually, I'm surprised, does not look that bad. I don't see any black. So this one was actually perfect. I got lucky. I did one earlier today, and it was black all around the edges and wasn't very attractive for video or film. This one just has a little bit of browning right there. Not a big deal. This is like the perfect avocado for making homemade guacamole. Look how beautiful and green that is. So luscious and delicious looking. I could almost just eat that right now without even turning it into guacamole. Which, by the way, guacamole simply means avocado sauce. All right, the next thing I do is I take I don't even need the spoon anymore. The next thing I do is I chop up the avocado inside the molcajete. Kind of mash a little bit just with the knife. And I won't be needing the knife anymore. And then I start adding the other ingredients. One of the first ingredients I add is lemon juice. Normally I would cut a lime in half and squeeze the lime juice in just one lime. But since I didn't happen to have any limes around, I'm just going to use this cheap lemon juice that I bought from the Dollar General. And just a dab will do it. Probably put a little bit too much, but that'll be all right. I'm going to make up for that when I add the cilantro. This is old cilantro I've probably had for like, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 years. Still tastes great. Personally, I like cilantro, so I use, in fact, sometimes I don't even like to just sprinkle it on. I just take the sprinkle part off and just dump a bunch in there, especially when I have too much lime juice. So we're going heavy with the lemon juice and heavy with the cilantro. The next thing I need is black pepper. Now this is going to be fresh. I love to use a pepper grinder to get lots of fresh pepper. So I grind that on there quite generously. You notice I'm not actually measuring anything. I just kind of do it to taste. It's just not that technical. I've never ruined any guacamole yet. Guacamole is kind of like pizza and sex. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. All right. Then also I like to use a salt grinder. Not that it's any fresher than iodized salt, but I just enjoy grinding things, I guess. So I grind a bit of salt in there. I don't go as generous. I'm not as generous with the salt as I am with the pepper. At this point, I would probably chop up a hot pepper or maybe add some sriracha sauce. I prefer mild guacamole, so I'm not going to add anything to make it spicy hot, but you could also add something like that to make it spicy hot. But for me, that's all I use. Lemon juice or lime juice, salt, pepper, and cilantro. And now I just mash it up with the topolote. It's made of the same stone. This is some type of volcanic stone, and it looks different. I don't know why it looks different. It just had a harder life, I guess. But it's the same material. Anyway, you just use this to kind of smash up the guacamole. I don't like to make it liquidy. I like to have chunky guac, so I can smash it and still leave some chunks, as you can see. But I don't like to have big chunks either, so that it still seems like an entire or a half of an avocado. That's about chunky enough for me, and that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to get some Doritos, and I'm going to eat all that, and it's going to be great. Once again, this is William Mortensen Vaughan. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday and/or Groundhog Day 2020.